What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Switchblade gameplay, and today we're going to be talking about the MLX Mark IV. How good is the MLX Mark IV? Let's head over and let's talk about it. So, as you can see here, this is the Rogue Company wiki page, and this is, of course, the MLX Mark IV. So we're going to roll on down here to see what the different upgrade levels of this weapon makes this weapon capable of doing. So at the base level, the body shot damage is 19. I wish that they would really put the headshot damage in here, but the body shot damage is 19, range is 20, mag size is 30, fire rate is 7.52, handling is 55, and the reload time is 2.3. Whenever you do the rare upgrade, it does increase the mag size from 30 up to 40. For the epic upgrade of the weapon, it does do a handling increase of 55 up to 67, and for the legendary version of this weapon, it increases the range from 20 up to 28, and I believe it makes it a silenced weapon at that point. So for the Mark IV, this is a weapon that kind of skirts under the radar. There's not a lot of people out there that talk about the weapon. There's not a lot of people that realistically run the weapon all that often. I know that Dirt runs the weapon very, very often. I know that Gigs was running the weapon for a very long time, especially in that tournament. She was running the Mark IV and was just absolutely annihilating people. And what the Mark IV allows you to do is to be very accurate at a very long range and be able to capitalize on that. Where the weapon kind of suffers a little bit, at least for the first couple of rarities of it, is that hip fire. It is not the greatest hip fire machine out there. It is kind of unpredictable when it comes to the hip fire, but as you start to level the weapon up, get that handling up just a little bit better, it does allow you to be a little bit more accurate with those hip fire shots. With it doing a body shot damage of 19, it has a pretty decent damage output overall, and is able to get in there and actually do what a lot of weapons are unable to do. Now, where the Mark IV falls flat, and there's a lot of weapons in Rogue Company that has the same issue, is it's very dependent on how the servers are. Now, for a weapon that's as accurate as the Mark IV and DMRs and some of the other weapons that are in the game, you do see that when the servers are not running to your favor, they are more of a hindrance than a help. You do get server issues that cause bullets not to register correctly. You do get server issues that cause bullets to just kind of go missing or kind of wind up wherever they want to. That's why I think a lot of people gravitate more towards the KA-30 and the Sahara, specifically whenever they're running assault rifles in Rogue Company, because when you run those weapons, it kind of accounts for the server differential for you, just based off of the nature of the weapons. I know that those weapons aren't designed to be like, hey, when the servers are bad, use these weapons, but when the servers are good, you can use these weapons. I know that's not the design or intention behind the design from the developers, but the Mark IV, along with a lot of other weapons in the game, do suffer very significantly when it comes to server issues and the way that servers and weapons interact inside the game. And that sucks, man, because I do like picking up the Mark IV. I do like running with the Mark IV from time to time. I would say out of all of the assault rifles, I would say that the Mark IV, the HRM, the Sahara, and the KA-30 are the ones that I kind of gravitate towards the most. The Nightshade has gotten better, but it's still not one of my favorite weapons. I mean, if I'm going to run an assault rifle, I want it to run like an assault rifle. I don't want it to run like an SMG. I'm playing a character that doesn't have access to submachine guns, but they have access to shotguns like Vi. I'll just run a shotgun, especially with the most recent buff to the S12. I'll just run the S12 and just annihilate everyone that I'm coming into contact with. The HRM does suffer this same issue that the Mark IV suffers with the server issues specifically. The KA-30 and the Sahara are the most forgiving, and the Riptide for a lot of controller players. Riptide is a very interesting case study, to say the least, and I may make a video about that in the future, about how the Riptide is different depending on what type of input you're playing. That's a whole different topic and a whole different kind of discussion right there. But at the end of the day, the Mark IV is a very consistent weapon, especially when the servers are really good. And I think that that's the biggest downfall of it. Therefore, that's why a lot of people don't like running the weapon. Now, when the Mark IV was first introduced, it was one of the only weapons, other than sniper rifles, of course, that had a first-person scoping mechanic associated with it. I know a lot of people miss the days when the Mark IV had the scope, and I do think that there is like room within the Rogue Company camp for them to bring back the scope version of the Mark IV, albeit a different weapon, or it could be a perk, or it could be an upgrade path specifically for the weapon, or a variation of the weapon in some degree, where you have the regular aim over shoulder version of the Mark IV and you have the scoped version of the Mark IV. I think that if they brought that back, then you would see a lot more people actually running the Mark IV because of that ability to scope in, if they were able to go in there and fix the aim assist issues. So I played the Aaron with controller, and like, you have aim assist when you run sniper rifles, but the aim assist doesn't seem to exist whenever you're running anything like the Aaron, where it only scopes in so far. It only has so much of a magnification on it. So it's, if they could get that worked out and create a variant of the weapon, or be like scoped Mark IV and then aim over shoulder AOS Mark IV or something like that, I think that that would be the best of both worlds. I think that that would make the most sense for the game moving forward. It would add another weapon in the game. It would add another weapon to include into the weapon mastery. It would add a different approach in the game overall for people to try different things and to run different weapons in the game. And I think that that would be really cool and interesting. But what do you guys think? First of all, what do you guys think of the Mark IV overall? Do you like the weapon? Do you dislike the weapon? Do you feel like it's consistent? Do you feel like the servers hold it back significantly? Or are you in the other part where the servers really don't affect the weapon all that much? Be sure to let me know what you think about that. Also, would you like to run a scoped version of the Mark IV if they made a variant version of the Mark IV that was specifically scope friendly? Be sure to let me know what you think. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays and also on Sundays, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you are interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
He's so good.
But we're never gonna survive.
I've been listening to him.
You're a little crazy.
Yesterday I had Wally.
There's two right here. They're going like the long way.
Took the long way home. I'm on side over here. That's why I moved over here. Because I knew it would flip the spawns over here.
Yeah.
I'm flashed.
Somebody's going behind us.
Yeah, I can't see.
You need me. Lethal out. Time to make baby sing. Control. Got him down. Nice work, team. Checks in the mail. All that time to be ready and it ends so soon? What a waste.
It could all be in my head, but it did feel like it ran better with Epic. Turned off.
I mean, It was feeling pretty toasty, dude.
You close it?
Yeah. I closed it halfway through the game when we
I
swapped.
saw someone on Reddit that was like, pro tip, turn Epic off once you get into Fortnite, you'll have better frames.
Like, no.
Well, you know, you do the same with battle.net.
Yeah.
But it'll actually cut off. It's like, do you want to turn it off? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need Overwatch banners in the background going haywire, you know?
Nope.